Immigrants are new to Singapore and can thus be forgiven for their unfamiliarity with the country. But what about those who have lived here their entire lives? RazorTV poses a few simple questions to Singaporeans to see how well they know their country.
I think it's Orchid. Madam Miss Joachim, right? Vanda Miss Joachim.
Orchid.
Is it called what Miss Joachim? What? Vanda Miss Joachim?
I think it's Lee Kuan Yew, right?
The guy on the note.
No, Lee Kuan Yew is it? Is it Lee Kuan Yew?
I'm not very sure.
David Marshall.
He was Lee Kuan Yew. Lee Kuan Yew, yes.
The guy who discovered Singapore.
The founder of Singapore.
I'm not sure, but he's the guy on the statue.
The founder.
The guy in Raffles City, right? With
the guy with the cross pose.
He's the founder of Singapore. The car thing. Certification of entitlement. Certificate of education.
Certificate of entitlement.
COE.
Certificate of Entitlement.
Potato? No. White radish, I think.
The youtiao. Sesame.
What's that sauce?
I have no idea.
No,
there's this flour.
Indian rojak is different from the
Is
Malay
it?
one. Yeah, Indian one is like it's more dry than anything. It's like random stuff inside.
Char kway. They have youtiao. Yeah, pineapple. Green apple, I think. And the sauce and the peanuts.
Though Singaporeans could answer most of the few questions that we posed to them, there was, however, one question that stumped them all.
$12.
I'm not too sure.
Actually, 5 to 12. It depends. It's after about 3 a.m. or 12 midnight or something.
I've never been involved in the gathering.
I've never been involved. No, it's not. I heard this in 2003. It was
It's 2000.
5 people. I think it's 5 people.
More than 3? I think one. Just a wild guess.
More than 6? 6 or more, I think. Yeah.
More than 3? 30. 10.
Knowing the answers to pop quiz questions about Singapore is certainly a step in the right direction.
Well, Singapore is a very young country, and it's a very remarkably multicultural one. So it is really a question I want to ask myself. What is the Singaporean identity? Do we take racial identity as the main determinant to define Singaporean identity, or do we take? There's so many different facets of Singapore identity. If you look at in terms of class, people who live in the heartland behave and who would identify quite differently from people who live in the city. And I think it is becoming more and more mixed and more interesting as well with the influx of new migrants from all around the world. They are all contributing to this increasing more and more multicultural kind of Singapore. Singapore is very cosmopolitan. It is a big city-state. So on one hand, it's hard to distinguish Singaporeanness from other big cities because they've got a lot of resemblance. But on the other hand, I think with decades of nation building, a set of perhaps values and culture which is quite unique to Singapore has been shaped and is in the process of shaping, such as Singlish is one of them. Certain attitudes, good or bad, people would argue, like competitiveness, kiasuism, and so on, could be uniquely Singaporean.